joined with Drew from Nitec. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Noor.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and about your company.
Okay, well, I've been in the sports nutrition space now for 3 decades. When I say sports nutrition, I generally mean traditional sports nutrition, protein, whey protein, dairy protein, etc., etc. From all levels. If you've heard my Australian accent, though you said earlier, I don't have much of an Australian accent. I am originally from Australia. As I said, 30 years in sports nutrition, but for 20 of those years, I've lived overseas, especially in Asia.
In Asia? Where in Asia?
In China.
Oh, nice. Do you speak Chinese?
A little bit. 我能说一点的中文，不太好。
Good.
I don't speak very well.
I wouldn't understand, but good.
It sounds fluent to you when you don't understand, but actually it's
Exactly.
非常一般的中文。
What took you to China?
An entrepreneur endeavor, I would say, more than anything. For 30 years in the industry, but for 10 of those years, I was working for GNC, General Nutrition Center, a whole bunch of other things. I started lifting weights and pumping protein shakes at a very young age. But, you know, one thing in Australia, and some people have heard about this, we've got this thing called the glass ceiling.
Yes.
You know, it's hard to go, you know, very far. You see a lot of, in Hollywood, you know, a lot of Aussie actors and filmmakers. Australia's the best country in the world, no doubt. I mean, for many, many reasons, it's an amazing country, and I love my country. But, you know, when you've got an entrepreneurial spirit, sometimes it can feel a little bit restrictive.
So you go to the US?
Yeah, the US and other markets and China, you know, wanting to, you know, as I just said, always, you know, I wanted to be a multi-millionaire in 6 months when I first landed in China 20 years ago, and, you know, retire on a beach in Australia. That's what everyone wants to do. However, businesses are much more difficult than that in reality.
Business is a whole life.
It's a whole life, and I think you gotta, well, for me at least, you gotta love what you do, and I certainly love what we do, and we've got an amazing team.
Okay, so what brought you to Expo West?
Expo West, well, why wouldn't you be here if you're in nutrition? This is the place to be. You know, to meet you, Noor.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I hear you have a new product,
Yes.
like the dairy that it's not dairy.
The dairy that is not dairy, yeah. Actually, we
Tell me
sell on
about it.
Instagram.
Okay.
And our hashtag is no way it's not whey, or no way it's not
That
whey protein. Because everyone cannot believe that it's
No.
not dairy. So yeah, we started working on this about 5 years ago. Again, when I said earlier, 30 years experience in sports nutrition, I'm a dairy guy, a whey protein guy, because it's a better protein.
Yeah.
It tastes better, it mixes better, it digests better, it has better leucine content, better amino score. It's a better protein. But in the last few years, as you may or may not know, are you aware much of the whey protein industry in the last few years? What's happened?
A lot changed.
What?
Regulations.
Yep.
Me, I'm regulation side.
And price.
Oh.
Whey
yeah.
protein, dairy protein, it's just skyrocketed through the roof in the last few years, like crazy. You know, generally about I speak in kilos, sorry for my American listeners, in pounds. I don't think, only Americans say pounds, right?
I know.
So in kilos, you know, WPI, whey protein isolate, was usually around $9 a kilo, $9.50 a kilo. At the moment in the US, it's $22 a kilo. Door to door. I mean, that's crazy, right?
Crazy.
It's a great protein, but it may not be sustainable for a business source. So about 5 years ago, we started working, my co-founder behind over there, the Boda's offer, Bodhi Kwai, and he's been a plant protein dude for a very long time. Yeah, I know that. That's what I thought too. We were friends. It tastes horrible. It doesn't digest.
Oh my
I think.
gosh.
I mean, some people who know me say, I know that I'm not a big, you know, plant or vegan protein fan. So we really went over and beyond creating a protein, what we like to call is protein for everybody, the hydrolyzed nitro protein isolate. It's we don't position ourselves as a vegan brand.
No.
We don't position ourselves as a dairy brand,
Okay.
but we happen to be both dairy and vegan friendly. Protein for everybody.
Okay. So if you're lactose intolerant, you can take
100%
it?
lactose free.
Amazing. Sugar?
Sugar free. Because even in dairy, lactose is a sugar.
Yes.
So it is by definition, has sugar. It's a small amount of whey protein isolate.
But it does
Doesn't have a lot of lactose or sugar, but there is sugar. Ours is 100% lactose and sugar-free.
Okay. Wow.
And GMO-free.
And GMO -free.
Lactose and allergen-free.
Huh. Nice.
But tastes very, very similar to dairy when it tastes. You can try some as well. I'll shake some up. Tastes very similar to dairy. Digestibility. Do you know what DAS is? Digestible indispensable amino acid score.
Yeah.
Pedicas.
Yep.
Okay. This is Pedicas 1. It's also DAS 116. WPI is 109. WPC 97. Soy protein isolate 91. Rice protein like 40. Doesn't even digest.
It's like whey protein.
It's a very high quality protein.
Yeah.
That's one way of measuring is the DAS score, and it's a very high. It's actually higher than WPI.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you do that?
Again, I'm a dairy guy. I mean, I don't like plant vegan protein, and not everyone does. So we wanted to create something on all areas that what people love about a dairy protein, and taste, solubility, mouthfeel, texture, digestibility, DAS. I mean, if you tick all those boxes, then it has all of the selling points of a dairy, but is dairy free, then even I would drink it.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you assure that you have a good, sustainable, and ethical sourcing for your products?
Well, by definition, it's a non-dairy. I honestly believe that some of the sustainability clauses on those against dairy and those against beef, I think are exaggerated. I don't think getting rid of all dairy and I love steak. I'm an Australian, I love my barbecue.
Everyone loves steak.
Absolutely, I'm not a vegan.
Even I do love steak.
Yeah, steak's
I'm
awesome.
a filet girl, but I love steak.
Absolutely, I just had tuna pokey next door, but I was rushing and came here to do the interview with you. So, I mean, I believe dairy is important as part of our diet. I believe meat is important as part of our diet. So I think some of the sustainability aspects, things are exaggerated to some degree. However, the carbon footprint, if you are looking at a plant-based, and we are actually plant originated, but with our technology, we have greatly transformed the original raw material plant into something that's far superior in a category of its own. Yes, so we are more sustainable in that terms, but it's not an area we're actually focused on selling. Quite frankly, my own personal opinion, I think the whole sustainability when it comes to plant and sustainable proteins is greatly exaggerated and usually marketing hype. Yeah, we're sustainable, but I don't focus on that. Why? I focus on the quality of the protein, the taste of the protein, the amino acid of the protein. That's what should matter.
And how would you assure transparency with the consumers? How can they make sure that your product is good for them?
That's an excellent question. So one little phrase we have is our other hashtag on Instagram is forged by nature, backed by science. So we have a team of PhDs, some very world-renowned PhDs that actually do the third-party clinical research to really prove. So our DAS score, the digestible indispensable amino acid score, was independently verified using again, we're not a vegan brand, but we're vegan friendly, using an in vitro non-animal study to measure the DAS, the digestible amino acid score. That's a tongue twister, isn't it? So yeah, we do a lot of, we're GMO, third party certified. We just got literally yesterday morning from my home country in Australia. Have you heard of FODMAP?
No.
FODMAP friendly.
What is that?
It's a diet for those that have gut distress, especially IBS. So things that would disturb the gut health and may cause IBS or it's now a global thing, but FODMAP friendly, all right? Our protein just yesterday, third party verified, third party tested, has approved FODMAP certified friendly protein. And dairy protein, yeah, well, we're vegan friendly, but we're not a vegan brand.
Yeah.
We're a new category. Hydrolyzed isolate. What differentiates us over, everything really? It's in a new category. We use advanced precision hydrolyzation really helping break down the proteins into particles, almost like a peptide, not quite a peptide, so the mouthfeel, the digestibility, and we also remove those nasty tastes. So it's a protein that is maybe vegan friendly, but it's no longer resembling a vegan brand or protein.
How do you see the trends in the next few years in the market?
In the whole industry, or?
In the sports supplements.
Well, I think what we've seen, I mean, I'm an OG in the industry. You know, I was pumping protein shakes and lifting weights when I was 12 years old. So I think what's happened, which is amazing, it's now gone from niche, you know, to this mass market. You know, protein consumption globally has dramatically increased. In fact, we're all heading to, you heard the term protein crisis? Protein crisis, it's a real thing because there's far more demand than there is supply. And there's I believe in the next 2 years, it's gonna, and that's why the whey protein prices are through the roof. Again, whey protein's a great protein, but there's just not enough supply and way too much demand. It's about 10% globally, but in other countries like Asia and China, it's 25%.
Wow.
Growth year in, year out since COVID, since 2020.
Wow.
It's not sustainable.
It's not. If we want to know more about your products or we want to get in touch with you, how can we do that?
Sure. So you can go to nitech.com. That's NIHTEK.com, which stands for Nature's Innovative Health Technologies.
Okay.
Or on Instagram or LinkedIn, Nitech. Or YouTube, Nitech. Yeah, so that's how you find us.
Amazing. It was such a pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you so much for the time you gave us. And I hope you enjoy your experience at Expo West.
Thank you very much. And what's your podcast? How do we find you?
Well,
because my mates are filming it right here. So,
so my podcast is Nourify and Beautify.
Nourify and Beautify. Okay.
It's the podcast that shows you the other side of beauty. So what we do, we speak about the life cycle of the product.
Okay.
Everyone uses a beauty product.
Okay.
Either if it's
I can tell you don't need to. You're natural beauty, right?
So nobody doesn't use anything, and that's a lie. So either external or internal. So most of the time you have the beauty from within.
Within, and it shines out.
Exactly. Yes. So what we want to know is how we choose our products in the market, how we read labels, and we want to hear from the owners and from the creators of the product. Why did they create their products?
Oh, cool.
So the story
I'll have to give it a listen. You'll have to tag me on YouTube or LinkedIn when you share this.
I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.